Rolling. Couple more little clicks here. And we are starting. Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to LisaBug Yoga for Aging Strong. This is the last class I'll be teaching in the month of October 2025. We're taking one little week break, and then we'll be back online the first Tuesday of November from Florida. So today we're going to be focusing on a little bit of lower back and neck, mid back, actually the entire spine, and releasing tension in the spine. And a lot of ways we can do that is through rotation of the spine, lateral side bending of the spine, and kind of a combination of that today. You're going to need a medium-sized kitchen towel or a hand towel, and perhaps a yoga strap block and or a small light resistance band. So I'd like to start seated today. So come on down, find a comfortable position. I like to sit up on a little bit of a blanket or a pillow. And that just kind of allows the knees to open out a little bit. So if we sit cross-legged, this is called Sukhasana, but we can also take our knees a little wider out to where you'll kind of see my heels are almost aligned one in front of the other. So if that feels comfortable, you can do that. And it's a nice idea that every once in a while where we're here, that you switch the other foot in front. We are creatures of habit, so we do the same things all the time. And I always sit with my left leg crossed in front of my right. So I'm going to try the opposite this morning. And then let's just sit tall. Close your eyes for a couple of breaths and notice your spine. Notice your posture, the alignment of your spine. And oftentimes when we're sitting, we start to collapse and hunch forward. So just really fire the muscles of your upper back to draw your shoulder blades back. Feel a gentle engagement of your abdominals. And try to make your body feel a half-inch taller. I call this dynamic tension, where you just use your muscles to try to increase the length or the expansion of your spine from top to bottom. And then let's place the breath into the rib cage, and you can even put your hands here. And as you breathe in, expand your ribs outward. So imagine you have a little measuring tape around your ribs, and when you breathe in, the measurement of your rib cage increases. Then as you breathe out, it decreases. Sometimes this is referred to the bucket handle breath. And that comes from a bucket that would have two handles on the outside. And as you would pick it up, the handles would flow out. And as you would set it down, the handles would relax back toward the floor. So throughout your practice today, try to bring your awareness back to this bucket handle breath. It expands the area between each of your ribs, and that's called the intercostal space. Beautiful. So I'd like for you to take either your hand towel, your yoga strap, or maybe even your resistance band, and we're going to hold it right in front of us. And make sure your arms aren't way up here, but they're slightly below the level of your shoulders. And slightly pull out, so you're creating some tension. And we'll start to turn the body from right to left. And I want you to take your head with you. And we can do this without a prop, but when we have the towel or the yoga strap or the band, we can maintain this outward tension on our arms and feel a little bit more activity of the muscles of our back and the backs of the shoulders. Just a nice comfortable pace here. And notice as you turn your head with you, you really don't have a lot of movement of your neck, which is kind of strange. You would think when you turn your body and you turn your head, you would have a lot of movement of the neck. But if you can imagine putting your finger under your chin to your sternum, and as you're turning side to side, you're not really having that much movement of the head, unless you really crank your chin around to look behind you. So this time, come back to the center. Instead of moving the head, I don't want you to move it. I want you to look straight forward and turn your spine. So as my upper body's going to the right, now my head actually and neck has more movement. I'm not initiating it from my head, but because my spine is turning right to left, I'm actually getting neck rotation. So if we want to grow that a little bit, I want you to look the opposite way from your upper body turning. So as we turn to the right, I want you to look over the left shoulder. Now we have the greatest amount of neck rotation. We're still gently pulling out on your prop. Recheck the alignment of your spine, sitting really tall. Both of your sitting bones are pressing into the earth. And let's do one more each side, turning the spine to the right, looking left, then turning the spine to the left and looking right. Come back to center. Now this next exercise works best with the hand towel. So you're going to bring it around the back of the neck, and then take your right hand and reach across to the left side. And then your left hand's going to cross on top and reach to the right side. So your forearms are making a crisscross. Then start to lift the left elbow up and bring this towel across your ear. So what we're going to do is gently pull the right hand down and the left hand over. So we have some nice gentle extension, lateral flexion of the spine, or of the cervical spine. And I like this because my neck feels really supported in this. We can side bend our head for sure without this, but I feel that nice support on the side of the neck. So the left hand, the one that's on top, is slightly pulling upward, and then the right hand is pulling across a little. And let's just hold here a couple more breaths. And this is ever so gentle, and you're really relaxing your neck muscles. Beautiful. Let's come back up. Relax the arms down, and then you'll switch. So your left hand is going to grab the right side first, then your right hand will make a crisscross over. You'll lift the right elbow up. The towel comes across your ear. You give it a gentle tug, and then your left arm pulls across. So this almost gives you a little bit of rotation by using that prop. And this should not feel strenuous or painful or stressful on your neck. It should just really feel like a lovely release. And also, when we side bend our neck without using the equipment, sometimes we're almost hanging our head over to the side, but this is very supported on the side of the neck. Keep pulling upward slightly with the right hand and across with the left. And let's hold 2 more breaths here. Beautiful. All right, release it down. Uncross the hands so you have one hand on either side. You're gently going to pull outward, and the towel is creating a little bit of a pressure against the back of the neck. And we are going to gently tip our chin up. And if you feel like you need more support, slide the hand towel up a little farther so it's not actually on your neck, but it's on the back of the head. That way you have support as you tip the chin back. And then gently lower the chin. And you can guide this with a little bit of pressure to increase the length of the back of the neck. And then just move from one position to the other, supporting, and then reverse. And what I want you to think about is when you tip your head up, you're opening up your throat, just increasing the length of the front of the neck. And as you tip your chin down, you're increasing the length of the back of the neck. So I want you to focus on the increase of the length, not on the opposing decrease of the length. And my triceps feel like they're getting a little work here. I don't know about you. Let's come back up. And then we'll relax the hand towel down. Now you're going to save this for later in class when we do some core work. All right, so still sitting tall, our focus still being on twisting. We'll extend the right leg forward and bring the left foot to the inner thigh. And we'll inhale the arms out. We'll take a side stretch over to the right side. And then as we come up to the left, we'll twist across to the left, placing your hand toward the knee and looking behind you. So we're doing two different things on each side. Side stretching, keep your left sitting bone down, and then rotation. And you're just gently supporting the hand to the mat. I want you to think about using your abdominals here, so not just relying on using the floor to support you. Let's do two more. And one more time. Inhaling on the side stretch. And then a full exhalation on the rotation. Good. Just come back to center. Using your yoga strap or maybe your hand towel, loop that under the bottom of the foot. Sit up tall, and I just want you to think about dorsiflexion of the ankle. So that's the pulling back of the foot. Tighten your thigh muscle, and you might even be able to get your heel to come off the ground a little bit if you have pretty good knee extension. So this muscle is really firing. The foot is flexing. And then begin to take this forward a small amount till you feel that stretch in the hamstring beginning. So we're going to hold this stretch for 60 seconds, 1 minute. And I want you to take it just to the point where you feel that nice stretch, but you still have a nice neutral spine. In other words, we're not hunching and rounding just to bring our head forward, but we're leading with the chest extending out. Should feel like a nice little release for your lower back. And whenever you're holding stretches like this, you don't have to be stationary in your neck. If it feels nice to move your head from side to side or do a few little neck rolls, that's great. Sometimes when we're holding a stretch, we just stay in it, and then all of this starts to tighten up. Okay, we're just about at 60 seconds. Take one more breath. Beautiful. Okay, release your prop. Let's switch the legs, extending that left leg forward. That's my arthritic knee, and lately it hasn't wanted to straighten out very fast. I'm actually going to use my hand towel under this knee a little bit today to support it. Okay. So square your hips off. Make sure both those sitting bones are down. Sit up really tall. Take your side stretch to the left. Open up the intercostal space and then twist across to the right side. And we have 5 repetitions. Nice big inhale, that bucket handle breath. Expand the ribs. Then exhale, pull the belly in and rotate. Good. Pick a nice mindful pace. Looking way over that right shoulder. 2 more. We're going to leave class today feeling 1 inch taller. Or maybe 1.5 inches. One more time. Good. Align your body to the center line. Use the prop that suits you to place under the bottom of the foot. And you put it under the ball of the foot rather than the arch, because then you can get that nice solid dorsiflexion where you're pulling the toes back. Tighten up this thigh muscle, and maybe your heel can even come off the ground a little bit. Lengthen the spine tall, and then just start to slowly move in to your comfortable edge. No rounding of the spine. Pull your shoulder blades back a little bit. Slightly tuck your chin in so you're not looking forward toward your device. And we're here 1 minute. And as best as you can, try not to vigorously grip this strap. And I just caught myself doing that. I was really squeezing it. Let everything kind of be relaxed. Your jaw, your facial muscles are softened. And can you find your bucket handle breath? Maybe a nice equal ratio breath. The duration of the inhalation matching the duration of the exhalation. Coming up to 60 seconds. 1 more breath. Great. Release your prop. And then I want you to adjust yourself over to your hands and knees. If you need any padding, anything like that for your knees, take that so that you're nice and comfortable here. And then we are just going to do 1 thread the needle on each side. So take your time, maybe starting with the right arm. We'll inhale, stretch it up. Take your time to find a nice range of motion. Look up toward your hand. And then exhale, thread the needle through, relaxing your shoulder and head down to the mat. We're just going to stay here about 5 breaths. Now the left hand, you can reach that out long toward the top of the mat, or you can bring it back behind your lower back, kind of feeding your fingertips into the hip crease here. Generally for thread the needle, your hips are up above the knees. They're not sitting down toward your heels like a child's pose. Okay, use that left hand to press yourself up and just place that hand back to the mat, all 4s. Inhale the left arm. Take your time. There's no rush to find your range. And then thread it through, looking over the right shoulder, relaxing the left arm down. And then we can wrap the right arm behind the back or just reach your fingertips long toward the top edge of your mat. Relax here, 5 breaths. Now for me, I have an old shoulder injury on my right arm. And that's the thing that's talking to me most is that shoulder. So I'm just going to adjust and take the arm out. I always want you to listen to your body. It doesn't have to be the same thing you did from right to left. Just being aware of any modifications you need today. Okay, use the strength of that right arm. Press yourself up, back to hands and knees. Now, if you need a chair for your downward dog, we've used that quite a bit for those of you that have wrist and shoulder issues. You can stand up, put your hands on a chair, or reach your fingertips forward, tuck your toes underneath, let your hips come up, dropping your heels down. Find a nice down dog. Now we're going to be here for a few breaths, and I want you to do whatever you want to in your down dog. So a good one is to walk the dog or to pedal out your feet a little bit, bending one knee at a time to stretch. I like this one because it really gets my toes. I'm able to flex my toes nicely. It's good to keep our range of motion in our feet. If you wanted, you could lift one leg up and then the other. So whatever you want to do here, we'll be here about another 5 breaths. And then our destination is going to be walking our feet towards our hands to come to the top of your mat. And sometimes walking hands to feet works a little bit better too. And then just rise up to mountain pose at the top of your mat. And just check in for a moment. What is your body feeling like after those initial poses and stretches? Lift your heart a little bit, draw your shoulder blades back, standing tall in a nice mountain pose. Fire your thighs. And then step one foot way back so that your body turns toward the screen. You have a nice wide leg position. Turning your toes out, drop down into a squat. This is our goddess squat position. Make sure your knees are tracking directly over the center of your feet. So we are going to take a side stretch over to the right, followed by a twist to the left. So we did this sitting. Side stretching right, twisting left. One more like this, really keeping your pelvis stable. And then as we come back to center, we'll come into warrior 2 stance. So you're going to straighten out that left leg, pivot your foot a little bit more out to the front of your mat, square your hips, reach the arms long. Side stretch to the right. This is our side angle pose. Come up and twist to the left. When you do, I want you to wrap your hand back behind your back if that feels comfortable for you. Similar to what we were doing in our thread the needle. So side stretch and twist. If that doesn't feel comfortable for your shoulder, maybe put your hand on your hip when you twist. So right here. And let's do 2 more. Inhaling on the side stretch and exhaling on the twist. One more time. Then reach the arms out long, straighten the right leg for triangle. So our upper body reaches out long. We just reach the fingertips down wherever they're going to fall, keeping this upper shoulder back, reaching the hand up to the ceiling, or hand can go to your hip. It can drape behind your back. And I want your core to do most of this work. So we're not relying upon holding ourselves up with this hand. You could even reach the arm out long. That's going to give you a little bit more work through your core. And I want you to take 3 bucket handle breaths right into the side ribs here. For a little bit more of a balance challenge, you can gaze your eyes up toward that top hand. Expand the ribs. And then pull yourself back up. Relax your arms down. Come back into your goddess squat position. So you might need to bring your feet in a little bit more. Both knees are bent. Nice alignment of the spine, shoulders back. We'll side stretch to the left and twist to the right. The right hand can come behind your back if you like, or place it on your hip. I really want you to feel your abdominals initiating the twist. So we're not just using our arms to propel our body around, we're using the core. Inhaling on the side stretch, exhaling on the twist. Check to make sure your knees are in proper alignment. Last one. Then come back out. We'll make this into our warrior 2 stance. So the right leg straightens, you kick out that heel, you turn the left foot. Really reach here, shoulder blades are down. Get a nice solid stance. Then we side stretch, inhale, and we twist, exhale. Wow, this is interesting for me, how much different my twist feels on this side. I have such a lesser range of motion when I turn this way than I did on the other side. Now, when you turn, make sure this knee doesn't collapse in. So keep pushing it back. So you're pressing that left knee back toward the pinky toe side of your left foot. And you're using the muscle of the outside of the hip to do so. We have one more. Great. Come back to center. Straighten out the left leg. Shift your body out toward the tree. And then come on down into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Ooh, I feel a little tippy on this side. I always like to let you guys know what I'm feeling in my body. It might be similar for you, maybe not. Breathing, pulling that shoulder back, and we're supposed to be doing our bucket handle breath. That's our goal here. Expand the intercostal space. Great job. Pull yourself up and relax the arms down. So let's spin around to our warrior 2, facing the other direction again. And in our Warrior Two, the width of your feet really is up to you. With classical yoga, if you dropped a plumb line down from your wrists, it would intersect your feet. But sometimes that feels a little too wide for folks. So make this a position that feels okay for your hips and your body. So we're going to bring our hands behind our back, and you can certainly use one of your props here if you'd like to hold the yoga strap behind you, or the resistance band, or the hand towel. And then slightly turn your body toward that front knee, and we'll bow into humble warrior. Now, if this makes you feel like you're losing your balance, you can stay up here. Absolutely fine. Or we'll start to drop the chest down, the arms lifting up away from the back body any amount. Relax your head. It's kind of difficult to find the bucket handle breath here, but if you can, activate through the intercostal space. Then push down into your right foot. That's going to propel your body up, as well as the muscles of the back body. And then release the hands. We'll inhale, open up into a nice big chest expansion. And as you exhale, bring the right arm across and tuck it in like this. Or you can hook your elbow underneath and wrap your arms into eagle. So we're pulling this arm across the midline to stretch the shoulder, and then look over your right shoulder to rotate the neck. Couple of bucket handle breaths. Relax your shoulder blades down. Feel that beautiful stretch in the upper back. A lot of work going on in the legs here, especially that right quad. Okay, let's unravel the arms. Take a breath in, straighten the leg. And we'll do a reverse triangle. So your left arm's going to drop down, and you'll side stretch, maybe taking your gaze up. A lot of balance here. Bucket handle breath. Beautiful. Pull your body back up. We'll adjust our feet position, turning the right foot forward, the left foot out. Take your time to find a nice Warrior Two stance that works great for you. And then bringing the hands behind the back, maybe using your props, or you can just put your hands at your hips. It's all about opening up the chest and stretching through the pecs and the shoulders. You can stay upright or begin to turn your chest toward the inside of the knee and come down into our humble warrior. So in this position, you can easily see your back foot. Make sure you're not rolling in on your inner arch. So I want you to keep lifting your arch up away from the floor and pressing out into the outside edge of your foot. Then push down into that left leg. Push, push, push. Lift yourself back up. Release the arms, chest expansion. Inhale. Now your left arm's going to come across. We can hold it in. We can link the arms into an eagle. So you make this feel comfortable for you. So your elbows and the arm are across to the right side. Then we'll look over the left shoulder. Check the alignment of your left knee. Make sure it's not migrating inward. Tighten your glutes on both legs. Bucket handle breath. Great job. Let's unwrap. Inhale, reach the arms up, straighten the front leg so both legs are straight. Then we drop the right arm down. You can put it on your hip. You can bring it behind your back. This is reverse triangle pose. And if you want to challenge your balance, look up toward that hand. Bucket handle breath. Good. Pull yourself back up and relax the arms down. Great job. So we're going to just pivot over to this side for one more down dog, or using your chair, or even dropping your elbows down to the floor for a dolphin pose. And then one of our most important exercises for core stabilization is a plank. Now, a plank in its most elemental form is simply all fours, hands and knees, really rocking it solid using your abdominals. So this is level 1, plank. Level 2, we walk the knees back, lowering the hips, kneeling plank. And also the forearms can come down. Or level 3, we can tuck the toes, lift the knees up off the mat, and hold and breathe. Now I want you to try to bucket handle breath here. It's really hard. But try to expand the ribs as you inhale and funnel in as you exhale. Really good neutral spinal alignment. 3 more breaths. Great job. Last breath in. Exhale completely. Then relax and rest. Maybe a child's pose. Whatever feels great for you here. You might want to roll your wrists around a couple of times. And then take your time to roll over onto your back. And I would like for you to have your hand towel with you here. So you're going to bring this down with you onto your back. Any other props that you need to make you comfortable is great. So we're going to fold this a couple of times and bring it back behind the back of the head and rest your head on the mat. So how many times have you done a crunch or an abdominal exercise and your neck is just, it really hurts the neck. So I want you to use this hand towel like a sling or a hammock to support the back of your head. You're gently going to pull out and then crunch up and just stay here for a second and see if you can completely relax your neck. You're going to move your head around. You're using your arms to support your neck. And then relax it down. Inhale. Exhale, come on up. Lift, support your head. Pick your right knee up. Set it down. Left knee up. Set it down. Relax your head. Now, if any of these still isn't working okay with the hand towel, you can leave your head on the mat for these exercises. So now we'll advance a level. So support your head, curl up. Use your core here. Lift your right leg. Then lift your left leg. Put your right foot down. Left foot down. And then relax. Take a breath in. Exhale, come up. Scoop your abdominals. Lift your left knee. Lift your right knee. Left one goes down. Right one goes down. And then we rest. So if that second option is too vigorous, you're just going to do one knee at a time like we initially did. Okay, let's do one more set on each side. Curl up, hollow out your belly, push your back down into the floor, lift your right knee, left, right, left, and relax. Are you using your neck to stay up? I want you to relax your head into that towel. One more time, come on up, relax your head, lift your left knee, right knee, left, and right, and come down. So now, using this towel to support your head, I want you to keep your right elbow on the mat, and we're going to lift the left shoulder blade up and turn and look to the right and come down. Another option as you come up and turn right is to lift the right knee up. Good. We have 3 more on this side. And down. You should feel some work in your arms a little bit here, triceps and forearms. And up. And down. Was that 4 or 5? Let's get one more just to be sure. Come up. And relax. Great job. So you'll notice when I'm coming up and turning, I'm not jamming my chin down to my sternum. I'm really opening up the throat and relaxing my head into the hand towel. So now your left elbow stays down. We're going to come up with the right shoulder blade and turn. And then option to lift the left knee as we come up. 5 reps. Full exhalation. 4. Good. Try as hard as you can to relax your neck. 3. 2. And 1. And relax. Let go of that hand towel. Maybe shake out the arms. I was really feeling that in my forearms from holding that. So now we're going to do, this was rotation of the spine using the frontal, abdominals, and obliques. Now we're going to do the same thing using our back and our posterior obliques. So roll yourself over onto your front side, and your forehead is going to be right up against your hand towel. So once you come over, you're holding onto the hand towel on each side, and your forehead is straight down on the towel. So your left elbow will stay on the floor. We're going to lift the right shoulder blade up and turn. Lower down, we have 5 reps. So this is upward rotation of the spine. Great back strengthener. 3. Relax the neck into the towel. Support with your hands. 2. And 1. Relax, pause. Right elbow will stay on. It's kind of little fulcrum point on the mat. Lift your left shoulder blade up. The right left elbow comes up and down. I'm just peeking with my eyes over to the left side, but relaxing the back of the neck. This is hard to breathe because your belly is pressed into the mat, your chest is. So use your bucket handle breath. 2. And 1. And relax. Now, keeping your forehead in the towel, try to lift your chest, and both elbows are going to come off the floor, but your head is neutral. So this keeps you from doing this and lifting your head forward. You got to keep your forehead right onto the towel and then lower down. We're going to do 5 breaths or 5 movements. And if you want, you can alternate leg raises with those as well. So lift the right leg and down. Lift the left leg and down. One more on each side. Oh, this is challenging. Then your last rep, you have the opportunity to lift both legs up, lift the chest, hold, bucket handle breathe, tuck your chin a little, relax your forehead into the towel, and relax down. Great job. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, press yourself up, and we need to take a counter pose for the back. So we're going to do a little cat and cow, rounding your back into cat, and then reversing into cow. Just gentle mobilization of the spine. Couple more. Finishing in our cat. And then relaxing, coming into a seated position for Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet come together, bound angle pose. How tight do your hips feel today in this position? So I want you to just observe maybe where your legs are. And my legs are not even. Even with 2 hip replacements, I still don't have even legs. This leg wants to be higher. Your heels can be any distance away from your groin. And then just kind of maybe take a measurement. You can use your hands here a little bit or kind of go, okay, where's my finger and thumb? How far am I away from the floor? Just as an observation. And then we're going to do a few PNF stretches. This stands for proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitated stretches. It's used in physical therapy a lot to gain mobility through our joints. So the first thing we're going to do is just put our forearms down onto the legs and try to push up with your legs and down with your arms. Now, not really vigorously, but semi-vigorously. On a scale of 1 to 10, maybe a 4 or a 5. And then relax that tension. Just soften everything up. Then we'll do it again. Forearms push down on your legs. Legs push up on your forearms. Good posture here. And relax down. Readjust your spinal alignment so you're sitting tall. We'll do this one more time. Push down with the forearms, up with the legs. You're tensing the inner thigh muscles. And then relax. Now do your little check again. Oh, man. That's really different for me from my first measurement I took. That's really a lot different. So now we're going to do another form of PNF. Instead of pressing up against your arms, you're going to push your knees out to the floor by using your muscles. So ready and push. And relax. Good. You can do anything you want with your arms. I just happened to put them in I Dream a Genie arms. Okay, push down and out toward the earth. Push, push, push. Not painfully, not really strenuously, but enough you're creating muscle contraction. And relax. Take a breath. One more time. Push. And relax. Check your range of motion. Okay, I'm here, where before I was about like that. Now, if you don't have a big change, that's okay. We're only doing a little bit of these, but you might see a difference. So now we're going to combine these. So what I want you to do is put your forearms on your legs. You're going to push up against your legs and then press down to the floor. Press up against your arms. I said legs before. Press up against your forearms. Push down to the floor. One more time. Create resistance upward. Create resistance downward. Then relax. Maybe check your range of motion. That's about the same for me as before. And then we're going to stretch any amount forward. Now, a mistake I sometimes see in class is people want to take their feet and pull themselves down by holding on to their feet. That's not great for the feet. So you can hold at your ankles or kind of try to open your feet like a book. So I'm taking my thumbs and I'm opening my feet like this so I can see the inner arch. And then fold forward and give yourself a little foot massage with your thumbs. Just run your thumbs right under the arch of the foot. Great if you have issues with plantar fasciitis. Even if you don't, hey, you can't beat a foot massage, even if you got to give it to yourself. All right, let's come back up. Extend both legs straight. Inhale, nice long spine. Paschimottanasana. We do 3 breaths with 3 forward folds. So we inhale here, we exhale, and reach out. 2 more. Inhale up. You can also put your hands behind you. Exhale. 1 more time. And then hold a comfortable edge. And then you can remain as you are with legs extended forward or pick a different position as we prepare to close our practice. We'll sweep the arms out and up together, pressing the palms, draw the thumbs to the heart. And before we close, I just want you to rotate your head to the right. See if you feel a little bit more freedom in your neck than when we started class this morning. And then turn as far as you can to the left. And back to the center. We pause here in our Anjali Mudra to honor our hard work today, the dedication that we have to the health of our spirit, mind, and body, and our dedication to the LisaBug community. And the light that resides within my heart honors the light in the hearts of each of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today, everyone. So I'll turn off my recording. I'll meet you back on my other device and we'll have a little chit chat. I haven't been able to do this on Thursdays because I've been running to the Blaisdell Y to teach. So I'm looking forward to chatting with everyone. I'll be right back in a couple of shakes.